Hello all. Good morning. My name is Kumar, and I'm in IT from last 15 plus years. I've started my career as an Oracle DBA, and then currently working as a cloud architect with a reputed MNC. Today we'll be exploring the different Oracle Cloud Infrastructure (OCI), which is commonly known as OCI. So we will basically cover the introduction part of OCI today and some cloud computing basics. And later during the session, we can go deep dive into the other sections and the things, and you can expect write the certification exams of OCI, like the OCI Foundations and Architect Associate after attending this course. So OCI is Oracle's next generation cloud platform, which is designed to provide the high performance computing, autonomous capabilities, and secure cloud environment for modern business needs. Don't worry with all these heavy and technical terms because we will deep dive into all the necessary sections which you need to become a pro in OCI. Okay, so this course will give you the knowledge, skills, and the confidence to pass the OCI certification examinations, and beyond that, give you the required knowledge needed for multiple OCI projects. So work on the real-time OCI projects. Knowing cloud platform these days is absolutely necessary, as the multiple organizations and companies are gradually migrating into cloud platforms by leaving behind the huge data center space, like they and saving lots of money by this process, and also getting enough time to do the necessary development and research, which is very much required for the growth of a company. So they are saving a lot of money by closing their huge data centers, and they are saving themselves from paying that hectic rents and lease amounts and all, and they are moving towards the cloud so that they can save some money, and they can focus more on the research part and development part in their company. So in this session, basically, we will cover some of the key services and architecture components of OCI in high level that make it unique. Okay, so in this modern business world, no organization wants to spend resources and time in the common maintenance and management tasks. So hence, OCI is a one-stop solution for all these modern businesses, which reduces 80% of the maintenance and management efforts by automating most of it, so within OCI, so that the businesses can focus more on their application enhancement and research on the betterment of their offerings. So it is going to reduce the management and maintenance tasks, what we are doing as an DBA on a regular basis, the repetitive task, and it will help to focus more on the innovations. Okay, so in this, the goal of this session is to show you how OCI can simplify cloud management and help you leverage the power of the cloud for your job and your organization. So let's get started. So we will start with the brief introduction of cloud computing, and then OCI in today's session, and then we'll gradually deep dive into the core primitives like compute, storage, networking, identity, databases, security, and many more. So there will be some skill checks, as I said earlier, in the end of each module, which will help you to test your knowledge, what you have learned till now, and we will clear all the doubts if anyone is having before proceeding to the next module, so that we all will be on the same page at the end of the day. The agenda for today's session is shown in my screen. So basically, we will cover all this. What is cloud computing? Overview of Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, which is OCI, key OCI services in a glance, and then OCI architecture, the physical architecture of OCI, then benefits of OCI, and use cases of OCI, and lastly, we'll discuss any questions and answers. We'll discuss any questions if you are have. Okay, so let me move ahead to the next slide. So basically, if I can ask you, what is cloud computing? Like technical term as cloud computing is the cloud computing is the delivery of computing services over the internet. So this is the definition, I would say. So the question arises here is, what is computing services then? Okay, so in simple terms, computing services refer to the resources and tools, which are used to process the data. So basically, we will cover all the details. So let's get started. So basically, if I can ask you, what is cloud computing? Like technical term as cloud computing is the delivery of computing services over the internet. So this is the definition, I would say. So the question arises here is, what is computing services then? Okay, so in simple terms, computing services refer to that allow users to run their applications, process their data, and manage workloads. So again, simplifying this, so cloud computing deliver all these required resources on the fly over the internet, where actually there is no such big data centers needed for businesses. Instead, they can get all these resources in their fingertips in a click of a button over the cloud computing platforms like OCI. So basically, it will provide all the infrastructure necessary for a particular organizations to host their application directly. All the backend stuffs, hardware, everything is covered under OCI. So OCI will take care of all the maintenance management tasks of those, so that the company can focus more on their application developments and the innovations, and their focus, instead of wasting their 80% of the effort in maintenance and manageability, they can focus directly on their applications and products. Key features of OCI, like on-demand availability as and when required by the users, and then pay as you go. User need to pay as per their usage only. They don't need to pay unnecessarily for the services being used. Whatever they are using, they are paying that much only. Elastic scalability, so the easy scale up and scale down of resources like CPU, storage, and memory on the fly without taking a reboot and all. Then global reach, used all over the world. So wherever you are sitting, you can use it from anywhere with the highest bandwidth and low latency. So basic cloud service offerings are IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. IaaS is nothing but infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, PaaS, and then software as a service. So you can think of these as a licensing packages. So the OCI had designed these licensing packages, so that it can as per the client's requirement, it can give it to them based on what you need from them. So not to worry, we will show a diagrammatic representation of these offerings of OCI, so that in that way it will be easier for you to understand. So as per the research, it is proven that the diagrammatic representation of any information will stay longer in our memory than a theoretical information. Hence, I personally prefer diagrams more than theory. Hence, all the upcoming sessions of mine will be based on this philosophy only. See all these as an images, diagrams, so that it will stick to our memory further, instead of memorizing all those long theories and all. So let's see the diagram then in the next slide. So basically, this is a simple diagram which I got in the internet today. So IaaS is infrastructure as a service, as I said, which is the core infrastructure. If a company is needed only the core infrastructures for their setup, like compute, storage, network, for that they can choose the IaaS package, which is infrastructure as a service. Next is platform as a service, which along with this core primitives like the storage, compute, infrastructure, and network, they will also choose to maintain the middleware and OS layer in the OCI as well. For that, they want the PaaS, which is platform as a service. And SaaS is entire everything in a package, which is starting from the core like compute, storage, network, their middleware, OS, and their applications also they will host in the OCI. In this, like 80% of their efforts is reduced, as OCI will maintain and manage all these resources within OCI only. They can focus more on their work. This is clear.
Sorry, can you come again?
Okay, so you want me to explain it again?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, so there are three basic offerings like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, right? So infrastructure as a service is with nothing but if a company need only the core of a particular requirement. Like when I say core, only need compute like VMs, bare metal, and hosts which are VMs. then compute, storage, they need storage, network, all these requirements. If they have only basic requirements of all these, then they will take as infrastructure as a service package. Okay. And then next is platform as a service. So along with that, if they want the OCI to manage their middleware and OS layer as well, then along with all these, if they want to add the middleware and OS onto that, that package is called a platform as a service. And if they want end to end entirely, like their infrastructure, their middleware, their OS, their applications, everything in a single package, then which is software as a service. So these are the offerings. So going forward in this presentation, you will see the deep dive diagrams as well. From there you will able to identify which is IaaS, which is PaaS, and which is SaaS. Okay, I'll show you that. I hope this is clear now. So as I said earlier, OCI is Oracle's next generation cloud platform, which offers all the required services to businesses so that they can avail the services and run their applications hassle-free. So few of the important characteristics of OCI are: first is high performance computing, which is the utmost priority is given to the performance of any application over its hosted platform. So the performance is very much necessary for a business to run, right? So this gives the highest priority given to the performance of applications over its hosted platform. So on OCI, they work more on the performance part, where they prefer giving applications the highest performance in their platform. So these are the characteristics of OCI. Okay. The second one is autonomous capabilities. Autonomous, where the term auto is there, right? The process of automating all the management and performance efforts using machine learning, which OCI simplifies for any businesses as part of their offering. So 80% of the management task, I'm keep on repeating myself, 80% of the management tasks are being automated inside OCI, so that it will be taken care automatically by their engineers, and their internally they will take care of that, so that the business can focus more. The third one is security first design. So any businesses has the first priority of the safety and security of their most critical data, so which OCI provides on rest and as well as in transit as well. So rest also in data that will be secured, and then in transit also there are different algorithms which secures the data in transit as well. Okay. So as also OCI has over 40 regions of global data centers where they host all the hardware components behind this huge network of OCI, which also provides the global reach of their products. And anyone sitting in any corner of this world can access their application hosted on OCI over internet. So based on this, set security protocols, obviously. So moving ahead to the next slide. So I think few of you are having doubt in IS pass and uh, IS pass and this SAS, right? So basically take this as a high level offerings of OCI services. So these are few highlighted key OCI services. This is high level, as I said, the below layer, if you can see. So this is infrastructure layer. When I say compute, storage, network will be there. On top of that, data and AI, databases, governance and administration, developer services, applications, and analysis. This is basically the IS, the infrastructure. Then the data, AI, databases, everything comes under PaaS, and the applications and analytics comes under SaaS. So I will in the next slide you will get it clarified what comes under which sections, right? Overview of the services. So each and every service whichever is necessary for the examination, for the certification, we will cover all those services in deep dive. This is just a introduction. Okay. So compute, someone was asking what is compute and what is storage, right? So compute is basically, if I'll say this, the host where your the host where you are running your applications, databases, which is basically a bare metal server or a virtual machine. All those things comes under compute. So compute is basically the server in simple term, or host, where you are hosting your databases or applications is called compute. And storage is nothing but the data which is required for that compute instance to run. That needs to be stored in somewhere, right? So that is where the storage comes into picture, where we will save the data, will be secured in the storage, like as per the requirement of the customer, whether it is a block level, file level, object storage. We will come into all these in detail, but in high level, these are the storage. Okay. So the containers, again, Kubernetes service mesh registry, the storage, as I said, like the OS and virtual machines, the autonomous Linux, OS management service, marketplace, networking like VCN, virtual cloud network, load balancer, service gateway, fast connect, VPN, cluster networking. We will cover all these concepts. Okay. So the few highlighted key OCI services are these. So these are all the high level details of the information regarding the key services. And in later sessions, I will provide all the detailed information of each and every services, which plays a very vital role within OCI. Okay, so compute services like the virtual machine, virtualized computing resources, which is the server where the applications can be hosted. As I said, the compute services are virtual machines. Then bare metal. Bare metal is nothing but a physical and a dedicated server that provides direct access to hardware without virtualizing offerings and high performance. So and containers then, which allows the applications to run consistently across different computing environment. So these are the definitions of these compute uh, services. So virtual machine, you all are aware of, these are the hosts where we host our applications and databases. Bare metal is a dedicated server that, so without virtualizing, that provide the direct access to the client without any share to other customer. That hardware and those components are dedicated for a customer, so which will not have virtualization, and it will have high performance. That definitely will have, because the customer is having a dedicated infrastructure. That customer will have the high performance, and based on that, the licensing cost also will vary based on the option which is chosen by the client or a organization, right? And containers, which allows the applications to run consistently across different computing environments. So containers helps the applications to run, consistently without any hassle across different computing environments. So yeah, so different storage offerings are like block storage, object storage, file storage. So this is based on the types of data you want to store in a particular storage, right? Whether it is a block level, like we use block storage for a database kind of storage, and where we can store our data in the block storage level. And then object storage is a, anything you can store over there, any file. Suppose you have a picture, you can store it, a notepad file, so there is no segregation. Any sort of file you can store it in the object storage. And file storage, definitely we will come into picture. If I'll explain now, it will be confusing, so gradually we will pick all these details, and we will cover in these details in upcoming sessions. Okay. So few networking services like virtual cloud network, which is nothing but VCN, the private network, if a business within the public cloud offerings, OCI and load balancers. Okay, sorry. So virtual cloud network is a private network, so which is a business need within a public cloud. So their dedicated network for that organization, a dedicated private network within OCI is called VCN, which is virtual cloud network. Next is load balancers. So load balancers, as the name suggests, like it helps to balance the workloads among the underlying servers to provide a high performance. So it will deviate the traffic based on the node which is least loaded. So multiple nodes will be configured under load balancers, and the traffic which comes to the load balancer, it will divert the traffic based on the less loaded node so that the high performance will be achieved. Okay, so database key offerings like autonomous databases, which is the most popular one, because automatic management of maintenance activities like security, performance, patching, upgrades, everything is automated over here. So so only thing is like just you need to migrate the data, and then everything is automated by OCI. Like security is automated, so auto security, performance is automated. You can it will give you suggestions like where is the lag, where is the performance lag, and which needs to be improved. It will give you suggestion in autonomous. Then patching and upgrades also, it will be automatic, so that um, everything will be without hassle, like the patching upgrades activity, how much time consuming and how much manual effort we are putting up. Now in autonomous database, they takes care of that, just that the customer needs to choose a date, which date they want this patch to be applied or upgrade to be happen, and it takes care in the background automatically. So Exadata on cloud, which is ExaCES and ExaCC. So we will cover all these details. ExaCC is nothing but the Exadata environment at the client's data center, and ExaCES is within the public offerings of OCI. So we will cover that in deep dive in upcoming sessions. And some open source databases like MySQL and PostgreSQL also, it will be included in the database offerings. So next is security, the most important offerings, which is like IAM, identity access management, to restrict the users within their own network, which is what is allowed to do and what is not. Like suppose a user is logging into your network, like what activities that user can perform. First of all, it will check the authentication and authorization, right? So it will check whether the username and password, whatever provided by the user, is valid or not. And then again, what all activities he can allow within your console, within your network, those setup you can do it using identity access management, which is IAM. Next is like IAM password vaults, right? So password vaults, which protects the database passwords most securely. So we can store the password in the password vaults, in a most secure manner it is possible. Then WAF is nothing but web application firewall. So that protects the web applications by filtering and monitoring the HTTP and HTTPS secure traffic. So which is web application, which protects the web applications, uh, from different traffics like HTTP and HTTPS. And few developer tools also like Oracle functions and API gateways. Okay, so moving ahead. So next is OCI architecture, which is different architectures, which is physical architecture. So in this section, we will discuss the core constructs of OCI's physical architecture, starting with regions. So region, as here it is mentioned, localized geographic area, right? So regions are nothing but a geographic area which comprising of one or more availability domains. Geographic area, when I say APAC is a region for OCI. Then we have Amsterdam, we have Aspen, we have US has 3 or 4 regions. So like that, it has, so regions is a geographic area basically. So they have divided the geographic area and they have converted into a region, so that it can, so everyone under that region can choose that particular region to host their particular applications, databases, and this offering will help them with the low latency and high bandwidth, right? And it is comprises of one or more availability domains. So what is availability domain is domain is the next question. So fault tolerant data centers within a region, which means availability domains, also popularly known as AD. is one or more fault tolerant data centers. What do you mean by fault tolerant? Fault tolerant means if in a particular data center there is any issue, or if in any power failure, any kind of natural calamities, it will gradually, divert all the loads to the next available AD in that particular region, so that your high availability and the data loss will be minimal in that case, right? So which is known as fault tolerance. So AD is one or more fault tolerant data centers located within a region but connected to each other via low latency high bandwidth network. Okay, so that they can talk to each other, like the data guard concept we are having in Oracle database, right? So we, whenever there is some issues to the primary side, the failover can immediately happen to the next particular available physical standby, so that the standby database can take the production role. So it is the similar concept like fault tolerance. Fault domains again is a grouping of hardware and infrastructure within an availability domain. So it is basically a logical grouping of hardware and infrastructure within a availability domain. So think about these as a logical data centers within availability domain. So this is basically a Oracle Cloud Infrastructure global location. So here the OCI is marked its footprints in all these locations already. So as per the latest data available in Oracle website, so till March 2023, they have 41 regions, 9 more are still planned. They are planning, and 12 Azure interconnected regions. So they are of with multiple cloud platforms like Azure, AWS, Google Cloud. Now the recent news has come that they have tied up with AWS and Google Cloud, but the latest information whatever available in their website is that they have 12 Azure interconnected region, which is nothing but in the association with Azure, they have operating, they are operating few of the regions, which is nothing but hybrid cloud. Yeah. So how can you choose a region basically? Is the question next. Like suppose a organization wants to migrate their services to OCI. So the first question comes into picture is which region, like which region they want their services to be hosted, right? So look, there are three points which they can choose. The reason for, okay, location. So choose a region closest to your users for lowest latency and highest performance. So it is always recommended to choose a region nearby your place. Suppose for India, it is always required to choose as the APAC region, where different data centers, ADs are there. So like that, like you're closest to the users, wherever your users are sitting, choose a region which is closest so that they can get, they will not have any issue with the performance, and low latency network also they will get, so that they can do their work without any hassle, right? Data residency and compliance. So many countries are having some restrictions on the data residency, so that it will not go, that they don't want their data centers to go outside the region. Those data, whatever companies are residing in those countries, they want those rules and regulations whatever there within their country to be restricted within their country. So we need to take someone need to make sure of these rules and regulations of the government also before choosing a region. Then service availability. New cloud services are made available based on regional demand, regulatory compliance, resource availability, and other factors. So we need to see all the regions are not having all the services. So based on the service availability and your requirement, you can choose the region which is best suited for you. The most important part of this session is why a business should consider OCI and enroll into their services, which is basically benefits of OCI. What is the benefits of OCI? Why someone wants to choose it? So cost savings. So the first option is cost saving, and believe me, this is the real truth, because all the companies now, most of the companies now are migrating to cloud and cloud platforms, because they don't want to maintain that huge data centers and all, every maintenance management task. It's too hectic for them. So now most of them are choosing the cloud platform for the cost savings. So cost savings on the customizable and most secure network in cloud, which directly avoid the huge cost of maintenance. So as I said, it will avoid the huge cost of maintenance and operation of a huge data centers for any businesses, and spending a very big amount for maintenance and manageability of their servers and databases. So they don't want to spend, a very big amount for the maintenance of their servers, databases, data centers. So that's the reason they are choosing the cloud platform. Whatever services is required, how much they want, only pay for that much. So pay as you go as well. So of course, the next key uh, benefit is high performance. So high performance is the key here for any sort of businesses. So flexibility to run their businesses as part of hybrid cloud compatibility. So they are getting the flexibility to run their businesses. So also, as I said, the hybrid cloud compatibility is also there. So they are tying up with multiple different cloud platform. So based on their availability and their requirement, they can choose the hybrid cloud as well. So autonomous capabilities also like self patching, self-tuning, security infused. Like I already told, self-patching, self-tuning, and self-security is also there. Which is autonomous capabilities. Security features like end-to-end data encryption, compliance certification. So as I said, security will be taken care at the data at rest and in transit as well. So and some compliance certifications as well. Okay, so next one is we are coming to an end. So basically the use cases of OCI are enterprise popular applications like running mission critical applications like ERP, CRM, which is the most popular application. So we can run these in OCI. So this is one of the use cases. High performance computing using AI and ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning. High performance computing will be taken care, and AI ML workloads also will be there. So where it will be most of the 80% of the task will be automated. Disaster recovery. So disaster recovery like multi-regional backups, replication methods like data guard and golden gate, uh, which will take care of the disaster recovery scenario. We will deep dive into all this in our upcoming session. Okay. Now, last but not the least, so autonomous database. So as easy managing of Oracle databases by automating most of the common maintenance or manageability tasks, which is autonomous database. So we will deep dive into it and also in practical in our future sessions. So okay, so coming to an end. So that's all for today's session. So to wrap up today's demo, so we have explored, the physical architecture of OCI, core services of OCI, including compute instances, storage options, networking, security features. Also, we have seen how OCI provides flexibility, scalability, performance to meet various businesses needs. So thank you everyone for your time today. So please feel free to ask if you have any questions regarding today's session. Thank you.
Fundamental certification means I have gone through everything, ARC
Um,
associate as well, but lack of hands-on, I can say. So this course will be helpful for me, or it will just cover the basic like that.
See, Gautam, so it will start from the beginning, okay, from the basics, obviously, because there are we can expect not everyone is experienced like you in this course. So it will start with basics, but it will go deep dive into all those areas of OCI and all. So probably I will go through the practical, the demo sessions as well, where I will share the OCI, I mean the console I can show you like and we will work on the practical in front of screen only we will work on all those services and all in a practical manner, so that those services definitely is going to help you in your OCI projects and all, because you will have hands on. So I will request all of you during my session to be attentive and uh, follow along with me so that it will be helpful for you. So create a free tier account in OCI, and then we will go through one by one near future, so that you can take multiple OCI projects and all during career. Right?
Okay,
So
great.
definitely,
Thank you.
cutting sir, definitely it will be helpful for you.
I'm
Go ahead.
introducing myself. My name is Amol. I am basically Oracle Apps DBA. I have started my career as an Oracle Apps DBA since 2016, and I am having both experience as a core DBA as well as Oracle Apps DBA. I have worked with a couple of companies, and the same profile I was having as an Oracle Apps DBA itself. I have also completed the OCI certifications, but at the time of interview they are asking me in OCI knowledge in perspective of Oracle DBA, but I was facing much difficulties while answering. I am looking for this OCI course in perspective of Oracle DBA and Oracle Apps DBA. How can I implement my EBS knowledge or Oracle DBA knowledge in perspective of OCI? So in that perspective only, I am looking for the course. Thank
Sure,
you.
sure, Amol. So definitely. So as I told you, I also started my career as an Oracle DBA, right? So I was into core DBA, not into apps DBA, but yeah. So definitely, we were going to cover all the topics, all the services which is necessary for a DBA, to deep dive inside OCI. So that I would definitely recommend, because this will be helpful to answer all those interview questions and all, because the thing is we are going to cover, and also in each and every module we will have a skill check, right? So it will cover some interview related questions, and also that module related questions, that what you learned from that module, so that you can, in the different breaks, you can check whatever you have learned. And if you have any doubt, we can get it clarified during that module check, like skill check kind of thing. So it will definitely be helpful. You can note down those questions and you can prepare for those, and definitely I'm sure that it will be helpful for you to crack your interviews and all.
Thank you, Kumar. And one more thing, that can I have set up with Oracle database, and how can I take the backup and upload the backups into OCI? How it works?
Yeah,
Can
Amol. So I would say, like, it will be quite, early stage now to answer all these questions and all, because, first for that we need to first learn the basics of it, and then probably you asked, right? So going forward, we will do all these activities, and we will, share all these activities. This is just a introduction class, okay? So please allow me for a few days, because you will only get confused if I'll start explaining those concepts to you now. Let us go through all the basics first, and then we will gradually take all those questions. And I'm at the end of this course, I'm sure you can able to answer all these questions, whatever you have doubt for. If not, then we can clarify all those at the end as well. Okay.
okay? Thank
I
you.
hope you understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Ram. I'm having total 10 years experience as an Oracle Apps DBA. Also, some basic knowledge on the OCA, as a completed a foundation course and certification. Intention to join in this course is to explore more on the OCA and to take up the infra part also, along with the apps DBA part. This is
Okay.
kind of upskill myself to the next level.
Yeah, that
And
is that is
forward
really great.
add on some other cloud also, like multi-cloud architecture also. So this should be some foundation should be very strong. So
Correct.
is the reason.
See, Ram, like all those cloud, only the terminologies are different. Okay, if you are
Yeah.
expertise in one cloud, then probably you can easily grasp the other clouds like AWS and Azure and all those things, right? Because the
Yes.
terminologies are different. All the concepts behind is almost similar, right?
Yes.
So it will definitely helpful, because core apps, you wanted to upskill yourself. That is really good and inspiring. So that all the best for that, and I'm sure definitely it is going to help you as well.
Kumar, this is Gordon. I am also having 7 years of experience as a Oracle DBA and Oracle Apps DBA. I want to explore my knowledge in the OCI. That's why I want to join this course. Like here, it will cover basic and advanced OCI, right? Here.
That's right, Govardhan, right?
And
uh,
we'll get a practical server also, right? To practice and all.
yes, we will get practical server. When I say, like, I will help you to create a free tier account in OCI. So
Mm-hmm.
where you can go to the OCI console and deep dive into all the services, whatever we are learning, and we can follow along. Like whenever I will create in my OCI, then you can also do that along with me on your free tier account, which we will create at the end of the day. So
Okay.
definitely practical knowledge will help you to understand more instead of theory, right? So yeah,
Yes,
so
yes.
whatever doubts and all we have, we will clarify, and we will do that, follow along, and then we can work on that. Nothing to worry.
So basically, I have total 8 years of experience into the Oracle DBA and Oracle Labs DBA. So I
Mhm.
have recently given some of the interviews also for Oracle OCI database admin role and Oracle Labs DBA role. So
Okay.
the lack of hands-on experience is something what everyone is looking for. Okay. So
Mhm.
basically, the first question arises: what is the day-to-day activity you perform at your client, or something like that? After this course, definitely not in between, but after this course, are you going to help us to understand what day-to-day task and how
Yes.
to crack the interviews? Is that going to are you going to cover that?
Yes, definitely. So see, listen. So all the topics related to OCI, I will cover all those services and all which is required for an interview point of view for an Oracle DBA or an Oracle Apps DBA. Okay. And apart from that, we can work on. It is not like, I have designed a course and I will, just straightforward, present that course in front of you. It is not like that. That's the reason I'm asking for the introduction and all those details. Okay. So we can customize this course based on your requirement, and we can work on that at the end. Whatever your doubts and all, we can clarify at the end. We can clear all those, and then we can move ahead. It is not like that, a course is designed and you will attend. I will plan a course according to your requirement. Okay. And definitely a condition should be that is related to OCI, not other than that, right? So yeah.
Hey, hi Kumar. I'm from Linux infrastructure. Is this course will help for me?
Yes, it will definitely help. See, this is not specific to Oracle DBA or Oracle Apps DBA, just that, the services, whatever we are using in OCI consoles, some are related to, compute services, like your work is in compute, right? So Linux is under compute services. So yeah, so we will cover all those topics, and basically at the end of the day, if you are, clearing the certification, if you are having a OCI, architect associate certification, it is going to help you in all the front, like not based on your role, but always it will be an added advantage. So definitely it is going to help you as well.
You are doing the only training or certification you have helped to us.
See, I will share you the sample questions and all, whichever may come in certifications. Then you can get it prepared, those questions, and whatever services and all we are going to cover. The questions, each and every questions is going to come from those services only. So nothing to worry on that. Along with this course, it will help you to prepare for the certification as well. So if you are attentive enough and if you are listening, clearing all your doubts, then definitely at the end of this course you can able to crack the certification exam for both OCI Foundation and Architect Associate. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what is the next level of certification after architect?
So there is a professional certificate as well. So I will share that once we'll cover all this. So for that, a different level of deep dive is required to each and every, and the experience also required, working experience. So that I'm also preparing for yet. I haven't cracked it yet. So yeah, I will share my experience and the path forward for that as well. Okay.
Fine, thank you.
What is data in transit and at rest?
Okay. So data in transit means, see, suppose data at rest means if you are not accessing that data, the data is there in the backend where the databases, within the databases it is stored. The databases is not being accessed by the users or applications at that particular point in time, so which is in rest. Okay, so data is there is no touching of that data. The data is secured at a single place of time. So suppose giving a real-time example, right? Data at rest. Suppose you are purchasing jewelry and all, right? So you are not using that jewelry all the time, right? You are keeping it in the locker, bank locker. So that is secured, under bank locker, which is not being used, but it is secured within that locker. So this is what is the real life example for data at rest. And in transit, when I say suppose a user is querying some table information and it is in the network, basically it is traveling, the data is traveling, migrating from one place to another place. So that time also some ransomware, so it is vulnerable to all those attacks and all, right? So it takes care of this particular data security by using different algorithms so that it can be encrypted in transit, and again it will be decrypted on arrival at the target site. Hope that is clear for you.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Good to that. Can you please show how can we take the backup or like that? Just overview of within 1 minute, like that.
See, backup, that is I think your requirement is in backup, which you said backup, whether you want database backup or host backup,
Database,
or what backup you are looking.
database backup, admin backup.
Yeah, see, Arman backup and all, if I'll tell you now, then it will be confusing for the others. So please understand, this is just the introduction class. Okay. So if I'll directly go deep dive into that, it will be, not easy for you. So you can probably wait for some classes. We will cover that. If you have still any doubt, we will clear that in that class. Okay. So please, for now, it is quite
Yeah.
basic introduction class.
So do we have a demo session tomorrow as well? Like we need to understand the course curriculum and the duration, these things primarily.
That I will share with the institution like Visualpath. They will talk to you regarding that probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we like have session tomorrow as well? We need like only
That
today is the demo.
Today it was told to me that today is the demo session, and based on that, whoever is interested, whoever wants to move ahead, based on that we can take that forward. I'm not sure about tomorrow's class because they are the right one to communicate all those informations to you. Okay, I'm just here to train. Yeah.
What about the timings? Even the timings are decided by the management.
Uh, I have requested them to keep the timing from 8 to 9 probably. So 7:30 would be a bit early for me based on my work and all those things. So 8 to 9 I have requested them. So based on that discussion is still on the exact timing, whatever it is decided, and everyone's availability also we will plan accordingly.
Can you please explain what is IAS and PAS and SAS? If
Okay.
it would be
Okay.
great to give some real-time example. I have
Uh,
attended AWS class, Kumar, but they have given some example, but I am not able to recall at this time. So it would be
Yeah,
great.
so see, real life example, when I say it is very much related to your company as well. If I'll say your company wants the licensing of particular compute services. I mean the infrastructure as a service, which is infrastructure, what you call it as infrastructure, which is whatever you are using. Suppose a host, you are logging into it and you are accessing the database or applications or within that host, right? That host license, then for that, to storing your data and all, you need a storage, right? So for that storage instance is required. Then network, to run a business, you need networking. Networking is very much necessary because this is you need your private network, so that the traffic can flow within your organization. The users can connect to different services, so the network setup needs to be done, right? So these are few basic requirements which a company need to set up their businesses, right? So here the compute infrastructure, storage infrastructure, networking infrastructure will be taken care by OCI. So OCI will give you a platform where you can host your you host your server. You can use the storage servers where you can store your data, and you can use your own private cloud within OCI, private network within OCI, which will help you to set up your own way, the rules, the whatever authentication, authorization, everything you can set based on your requirement. So these are some basic needs, right? So which is under infrastructure. So OCI is offering these all to a company, so which is called infrastructure as a service. So they are providing only the infrastructures. Still the OS, middleware, and applications will be taken care, and the company himself was responsible, not the OCI. That is IAS, right? And PaaS is platform as a service. So apart from all these services, core services, also the middleware and OS layer of that particular is also taken care and maintained by OCI. So if suppose you want to do a OCI upgrade, or sorry, the OS upgrade or OS patching to the latest version, so now you in IS, the company which is trying to take the license, they are still doing it by their own engineers will do the patching, the maintenance, everything in the OS layer in IS. But in PaaS, those all things will be covered by the OCI. So OCI's engineer will take care of all those. You can just schedule it in the console, and on that day and time, whatever you have scheduled, the patching will be done. So you don't have to worry about it, right? So in the backend, if any issues, anything, the OCI will take care of that. You don't have to worry of. Okay. And SaaS is software as a service. Along with all these, like the compute and middleware OS, also the applications which is client hosting, also maintained by OCI. The applications which are running, you can directly come and host your applications. Everything end to end will be managed by OCI, just that you can focus on your innovations and your business. That's the only difference. So hope you understood all this now.
As a service means they only provide the hardware, right?
Correct.
We can choose OS whatever we want, and application.
Correct. OS is again different. So you want to choose like which VM you want, how many CPUs in that VM, how much memory in that VM, which storage server you want, whether it is block storage, file storage, or object storage based on your requirement. So, and also you'll take a private network, a particular space in their cloud, so which is virtual cloud network, where you can set your subnets, your trafficking like security list, all those rules you can set, the user authorization, authentication you can schedule, all those things you can take in care in the IES. Okay, so I would take this silence as a no.
No, yeah,
One
one
second.
minute, Kumar. Here migration also
In
will cover, right? On-premises to cloud, the migration.
Uh, Not really. So migration is not a task which can be shown in the free tier account, right? So I will give you the basics and the steps for the migration, but practically it is not possible. So if you
Mm.
want, we can plan some other way, like where we can, practically it looks difficult because in a free tier account it will not allow all those details, right? So only to explore a few services it will allow. So I will give you all the briefs, whatever you need, like, the steps to migrate and all those details, the methods, what all you can use to migrate, and all those details I can give. Just that, practically it is not possible.
Okay, sure.
And And are you also covering some what we can tell some security assessments for a client? We
Mhm.
need to share some data consumption analysis,
Yeah.
security
So the
assessment, some
yes,
innovation guidance.
correct. So for that, there are different offerings, OCI offering services like Cloud Guard, Data Safe, and all will be there. So we will cover those details in brief for in going forward, like in next sessions.
Okay.
Kumar, one question. How cloud service like OCI or AWS or any cloud, how it is distinguished in perspective of OS admin or Linux admin or any database admin? How is it bifurcated?
See, I will tell you the only difference because I have worked on AWS as well. I have worked on OCI. I didn't get chance to work on Azure as of now, but the thing which I know is only difference is the terminologies. If you know concepts of any cloud platform, then you can easily survive in the other one. Suppose you are learning OCI here. If you get a chance to work on AWS, you can easily do that because all the only the names are different. Like for giving you an example, here in OCI it is VCN, Virtual Cloud Network, right? And in AWS it is VPN, Virtual Private Network. But the concept behind is exactly same. So you don't have to worry about. If you learn one cloud computing concept, then you can easily work on the other. So it is easier. Just to you need to familiarize with the terminologies, whatever is being used.
Why I'm asking this question is I have attended the course of AWS, but the trainer taught me just like infrastructure as a service, like in terms of I means Linux admin only.
Okay.
But I requested him to tell me more about this, how I can deploy the database service or how can I use the database service. But he was unaware of that, and it simply told me that he is not Oracle DB or DB, and so like that. So in that perspective, I am asking, and
Yeah, yeah.
I am
I,
nowhere got benefited of the AWS. It seems like that.
okay. So you have done a course in AWS already?
Yes, yes. Even I
Okay.
have repeated AWS course.
Your voice is breaking a bit. Sorry.
Uh, Even I have repeated the AWS course to revise the concept, but I couldn't get benefited in perspective of DBA.
See, whatever we are covering here is right in cloud. Suppose you want to go to a cloud platform, right? You cannot say that I only work on the DBA, right? You should know the networking, you should know the compute services, you should know end to end of it, right? So they don't have only DBA in cloud. So suppose you need to work as a DBA, you should know the networking, like whatever the VCN features, what are the subnets in that particular client's network, what are the security rules which allows the traffic in and out. So all these details you should know. So all, if not the in depth, but the only detail you want is the basics also you should be aware, so that in case any issues, anything you face, right, you can easily troubleshoot that without getting dependent on others. So that is exactly this course will give you, that you will gain the confidence of working in the cloud. So irrespective whether you are a DBA, you are a Linux admin, you are a application DBA, so everyone will work on the similar way. Just that their core services they will work more, and they will work on the development and the other the area of it. But the everyone should know the basics of each and every networking, OS, everything. Everyone should know. So it will definitely get benefited from this course, I can say you, so that at the end of this course you can say that I know these all things, and that is the similar in other cloud platforms as well. So there is no difference in AWS, there is no difference in Azure, just that the names are different, terminologies are different.
So was AWS also means providing this database service and all this stuff?
Yes, but they have other like autonomous database where the Oracle provides, right? They have the RDS. The similar kind of the names are different, but every one service offerings are. This is a competitive market. Okay, so see, these are also competitors, right? Suppose AWS is launching a service now. They are now the Google is also researching like how we can launch that service like that. It is competitive market, so most of the services are the use cases are similar, just that names are different. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Kumar. Hope I will get benefited in perspective of Oracle DB, because this problem I'm facing since 2016 like that,
Mhm.
17. But I couldn't get succeed in this Oracle DBA cloud perspective. As a cloud DB, I want to grow up my knowledge. That's it.
Yeah,
That
I
is
would
my
assure you because I have moved from a career where used to work as a Oracle DBA in on premises and all in a core DBA, and then I gradually upgraded, upskilled myself to cloud, and then I came to the cloud as a DBA, and I started doing work in other areas like networks and OSS and all, and now it will be easier for you to explore. So now I became a cloud architect where I can recommend customers which is best for them based on their requirement. So it is not that difficult, just that you need the right path forward. So definitely I can assure you that this course will give you much more benefit on that front for you.
thanks, Kumar. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, even my query is also same. Like I was little much more confused as I'm an apps DBA, so I'm not sure what is that I'm supposed to learn in the cloud perspective. So will you make it clear by the end of the course? Like,
Yes, yes, you will. I will make sure that everyone, attending the course on a regular basis and get like following along with me will have all these knowledges about basic at not in depth also then their basic knowledges like all those compute services and the services required for this certification. Okay. So not to worry, like you will get the confidence at the end of this course.
okay, can you let me know what is the Fusion Cloud?
Pardon?
What is a Fusion Cloud? Fusion Cloud, like when most of the times, like when I'm going through LinkedIn, I'm seeing a term called as Oracle Fusion Cloud.
Yeah, Fusion Cloud is altogether a different concept. So it is not part of this scope of this course. Okay. So if you want to learn, there are different, I mean, what I say, with different training and training offerings by different organizations. You can take that. This is basically the it is not Fusion Cloud. It is the core OCI concepts. Like Fusion Cloud is like it is based on cloud-based platform service offered by various companies. So Oracle Fusion Cloud is there are different like it is more related to applications, right? ERP, CRM, HCM, supply chain management, and EPM, all those ideas. So I'm not from that background. So the persons who are in application background from the beginning can take this Oracle Fusion Cloud, and this will give you
So
your core. You make your core strong. The course which I am following.
yeah, I understand. So when I'm saying like I'm an Oracle Apps DBA, so what is that you suggest to learn? So is it good to learn OCI or is it good to learn Oracle Fusion Cloud?
See, gradually you cannot be an Oracle Apps DBA 10 years down the line, right? You will choose your path in some other line where you can survive in this industry, right? Apps DBA, after 10 years, if you can think of 20 years of experience, then you definitely have to work on some of the, the core concept behind, like, and most of the companies are migrating into cloud now, right? So basically, if you want to focus more on applications only, you don't want to, go to the core in future, you are sure about it, then probably you can go for Oracle Fusion Cloud. But if you are sure that you want to build your career, whatever best opportunities and all in the market, like in the core as well, if you want to take learn a bit, then this course is for you. Like, so it depends upon your career goals and all. So if you want to move ahead only in application and you don't want to touch or know any of these concepts like Oracle core DBA, compute instances, storage, and all these core and infrastructures. Okay, so it depends upon you that what career you want to choose forward, right? And going forward, like, after down the line, after 4 or 5 years, you'll get an option. If you want to move ahead with a individual contributor in a technical role, then definitely you need to think of something beyond Oracle Apps DBA, where you'll have multiple options. If you learn this code, you can choose yourself as a Oracle, the cloud DBA or cloud engineer, you can say. Then gradually you can move ahead. So like that. So it depends upon your career goal.
Networking till what level we need to be good in networking concepts like this?
To attend this course,
No, no, no. Just at what level we need to be perfect, like to get into cloud. So you said like networking is base main criteria to know.
see,
So at what extent we need to know?
networking, when I say, you don't have to know the, in-depth knowledge of it. Okay, just
Yeah.
that the terminologies, how it is being used in the console, where to check, what all rules are being set. All those details, if you're able to identify, you can gradually, if you work on a live environment, then you can gradually, you can get to know all these details in depth. Okay, so you don't expect, that you need a very in-depth knowledge of networking and all to crack this exam or complete this course. Only the basics, where to check, how to check, and what all rules needs to be configured, all those details are required, not in depth.
Okay.
Kumar, one last question.
We are not required to be like a CCNA certified, nothing like that.
No, no,
Networking,
no,
we
nothing,
no need
nothing
to
is
attend
required.
any other networking courses.
No, no,
So
no, it is not it is
yeah.
not required.
Hello, Kumar.
Kumar,
Yes, please.
hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Kumar, can you share the PPT and recording too?
I think Visualpath people will share it across with you. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Kumar, one last question. How can we create the database? Can we create the database onto the OCI and access it from local site from
Yes,
Putty?
we can do that.
Okay.
We can do that. Yeah, and we will also do that in our course. That we will cover it in our course. Okay.
Okay. The same case might be for EBS also because I'm
Okay. So what you are asking is like EBS. Yeah, it is similar. It is similar. So EBS also it is similar. So probably I'm not an apps DBA. Okay. So probably I will cover all the services which OCI offers. Which will help you in your day-to-day. Work or to clearing the certification. Okay, so application, if you want in depth, then I might not be the right one. So but EBS also, some basics we will cover here in this course. Okay.
yes, EBS means just I want the setup. That's it.
Yeah,
Just like
setup will make it, we will make it ready. Okay, if you follow along with me, then you can also make that setup ready for you in a free tier account.
okay. Just now I am completing the Oracle means Oracle Golden Gate in
Okay.
OCI. Yeah,
Okay.
I have completed the Golden Gate course just now.
Okay.
I am in the phase of completing that Oracle Golden Gate on
Okay,
OCI.
that's
Facing
fine.
some, but anyways, I will go with that.
Yeah, it will be helpful for you.
Yeah. Thank you, Kumar.
You're welcome.